Hey folks, Farmitecture here. It's end of January 2016. As you can see, we've got a share of snow up in the Northland here. Getting ready of getting that Cub up. Gonna fire that thing up and snow blow some of this out of here. I got already started with the shovel and cleared a little bit of path so I don't have to make as many passes with the tractor. Save a little gas. Plus I got a little exercise out of it. So actually just put the snow off to the, push it off to the side down the drive there. And then with the shovel, and then I'll hit each side with a snowblower. The old Cub Cadet. So I'll catch you folks in a few. Well folks, just when all was going pretty well with this old Cub snowblower, it looks like I've got a little problem. I don't know if you can see that or not, but see that bearing casing? Looks like I blew a bearing on that drive pulley for the snowblower. So I'll be dragging this thing back into the basement and seeing if I can figure out what went wrong there. Anyway folks, that's the latest from beautiful day here at Farmitecture. Just a couple other things I did on this thing to get it running a little better. These mounting bolts here. This lever up front that locks this snowblower in place. It kept coming down, so every time I put it in reverse, this whole thing would slide off. Not every time, but a lot of times. That lever is so worn out, it wasn't latching, so I took these mounting studs out, and on each side I put this, put a big washer on it, tightened it back down, so this is holding the snowblower on basically on each side, and it seemed to be working pretty well until this little project in the making. That's okay. Things working pretty good until now. One other thing is this: when I'm sitting idling, this this chute on this snowblower from that fan-cooled engine's blowing hot air on it, and it heats this up, and then what happens, occasionally that snow will stick to that and plug this up. It's only a single stage blower, so probably if it was a dual stage it may not do that, but yeah, just another little I don't know, what do you call it with these? Anyway, folks, I'll catch up with you later on when I get this thing fixed up. Well, folks, check it out. Got the old snowblower in here in the shop / basement. Good thing is I got this wood burner sitting right here, and got this thing thawing out. And I'm gonna get to work here on this. You can see this. Oh yeah, we blew a bearing, folks. Got a bearing down, and I don't know what else is going on in there. Oh, look at that. You just broke a bearing. Wow. So I'm gonna peel this thing apart after this thing dries out, warms up a bit. Yeah, probably should toss this ice outside off of it. Anything extra I can get off of this out. But yeah, look at that. Yeah, boy. I'm convinced that maybe it's a good idea to have, you can pick these things up off of eBay, these snow blowers around here for less than 100. I don't know, I saw them less than $100 last summer, so I think what I'm going to do this spring is I'm going to pick another one up and rebuild that one and have just a spare on hand for these. I mean, the thing's 1974, so you got to give it cut it some slack. And it's a good idea maybe to have another one sitting around, so if something like this happens, you just swap them out and you're on the road again, or on the snow blowing path. All right, folks, I'll catch up with you when I get this thing back on the snow blowing path. All right, take care now. Well, folks, there it is. Got a new bearing put in there on this snowblower for that Cub Cadet. And sorry I didn't get a video made of the process, but one thing is I didn't have a press, so that bearing was pressed on that shaft, and I had to use a little bit of basically put that shaft in a vise and pounded the bearing off. So kind of not the best way to do things because I don't have a press, but it worked, and got it all put back together here and ready to got it greased up and ready to reinstall it on that Cub Cadet. And then thankfully my uncle had a bearing already. Give me a box of, I had a box of parts with it when I got it, and there was a brand new bearing in it for it. So either it happens frequently, or he knew that it was getting old and purchased the bearing. So that was great. Didn't have to buy anything, just the labor involved in putting it back together, taking it apart and putting it back together. Alright, folks, I'll catch up with you next time. Well, folks, what do we have here? Looks like that 123 is up and running. 12 horse Kohler. And it's, I noticed a couple things on it. It's like I'm missing a bolt here on this starter. It looks like something's loose in this front end. It's moving around pretty good. Other than that, it's running without the choke right now. Not bad for pretty much just put a plug in it and fired right up. Anyway, that's the 123 Cub Cadet. I'll catch up with you next time, folks.